Yeah, hi, my name is Rami, the one in charge of www.techieguides.net, which is the Linux blog. I'm just going to show a small introduction on setting up a network monitoring tool called nagios. It's used by many enterprise companies, etc. I've already installed it, but I'm just going to go through the setup again and explain briefly what you'll be getting. Now, the first thing we're going to do, as I said, is open up your terminal. So if you're using like PuTTY, for example, to remote access onto your server, and you could do that. But as the one we do, I'm just going to run in the terminal itself sudo space apt-get space install space nagios3 space nagios nrpe plugin. So basically what we're going to do here is in the terminal, which is what I've got here. I'm just going to type that in. It will ask for the password. It'll probably say it's already there because I said I've already installed it. But what you'll be getting, of course, you'll get some, as the images show, it will start installing nagios for you and everything, and then it'll just take you through the setup itself. And of course you'll need to then run, once you've done the above command, which is to do with the plugin itself, if you want to change the password, you're going to have to type in sudo ht password. So I'm just going to paste it in for you. So it'll be sudo space htpasswd space /etc/htpasswd.users space nagios admin, because that's what the username is. To access nagios, it's nagios admin. You can create a new user, which I've offered as well in the instructions. I didn't bother, but I said you can do that. And then what it'll do is, when you press enter, it'll ask you to enter a new password. So as you can see, I'm just going to enter a new password, and that's that. So that's basically the password set for nagios itself. Let's copy it again. Let's see. Some power reason. Got right, let's just close. Right. Go back to that. You're going to type in sudo space apt-get install space nagios nrpe server, press enter. It'll probably say it's already there, but I said what this will do, of course, it'll give you like a box asking you to enter a password for the system itself, for the administrator. As I said, it's best recommended that you use a password of your choice, or that you use to log into your system itself, and it'll ask you to repeat the password. I have put images of it as well, so if I do apologize that basically it's not showing up in here, but as I said, I'm just showing briefly what it looks like. You don't need to do what's below here. You will need to do this sudo copy, this section here you will need to do, whereby you copy the file, etc. So as I said, I've called it nagios2.cfg and copying it to server2.cfg, so that you will need to do. You will need to do this one here, which is sudo vi space etc/conf.d/server2.cfg. So that's the configuration file that I created it, and you will need to, in the configuration file, this is what you'll need to do. So as I said, I've called it server02 because that's the name of the configuration file. The address itself, my IP address of the server is 192.168.1.64. You'll need to enter the IP address of your choice, depending on what it is. You can, if you wanted to, as I said, once this is set up, it's usually set as localhost, so you can access the nagios system using, just typing in localhost/nagios3. Not really recommended, because as I said, if you are outside and you wanted to access it externally, you can't type in localhost, because it will just basically, because that's referring to the 127.0.0.1 IP address. You can, however, when you do it as 192.168.1.64 or your IP address, if you do have a domain which is pointing to that IP address, then of course you could type in the domain.com/nagios3, and that should then take you as well to the page. You will, after you've done that, you'll need to then do the sudo service nagios3 /restart to restart the service. You can type in stop first and then start, whichever way you want to do it. You can check just to confirm the configuration of the system, but to be honest with you, once it's been set up, you don't need to do this at all, because it's already been configured. So I said, all of this, which is given the rest of the coding, is only if you have a problem. So if nagios fails to create the database, the SQL database for it, then of course you can follow this instructions, whereby it's given the code like mysql -u space root-p -e. So basically you create a user called nagios if it hasn't created a database already. If usually 9 times out of 10 when you install or set up nagios, it will work. So it's very rare you will have a problem, but you have to make sure that each time you make a change, you restart nagios itself, so that basically, as I said, it takes effect. As you can see, I've typed an example whereby I'll say IP address /nagios3. I have done a video, but as I said, initially the microphone was not set, so basically it's just sound. But as I said, I'll put the video up regarding the image, like basically the screen capture of it for you, so you got an understanding of what's actually going on with it. But other than that, as I said, there's nothing else that you need to do regarding nagios itself. It's just literally pretty simple. But thanks for watching, and hope it was useful. Any issues, please let me know. My email address is admin@techieguides.net. You can email me to the Google email address, because it may show on there as well as the Google account. I still get access to those emails as well. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.